Irina, are you there? You'll have to unmute.
Sorry, give me a minute to pull out the.
Okay,
I was not prepared.
Okay. As we give you a minute, I think there are some people who have joined us who I would be happy if they can. I don't know, there's a gentleman on a lady with Infinix Hot for Light. Please, you can introduce yourself. You can unmute and introduce yourself very quickly as Irina sorts out herself. Shubrika? Rotarian Shubrika. Say hi to everyone.
How are you?
Asante, most welcome. We are all okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah, all fine. Hope you're doing well.
We can't complain.
It's a pleasure, and I'm actually looking forward to hearing from Mr. Manoj Shah. He is such a famous philanthropist, you can say. And even in Asian community, he has earned a really good name.
Thank you, Shubri.
Yeah, it takes a lot of hard work, which is why we have him here.
Yeah.
So that we can learn from his example.
Yeah, even Mr. Manoj Shah, I would like to take you on my show.
Sure, Shubrika, let's talk offline, and we can certainly plan something to get on you.
Yeah, surely. I'll send you a message on the Facebook. I don't have your contact number.
Thank you, Shubrika.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else I'm forgetting? Zishan, you still have an opportunity. Okay, we shall. Margareta Wagasheru, Rotarian, please just unmute and say hi to everybody.
Hello. Thank you, President Gideon and Dr. Shah. Wonderful to have him here with us, accompanied by his Lions Club. Marvelous. Wonderful joint meeting. It should be very interesting. Thank you.
Karibu. Okay.
Did you get the minutes?
Irina, how much more time do we have?
I'm on now, sorry.
Okay, then the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, President. I would have preferred someone who's more familiar with Dr. Manoj to introduce him, to just give him the honor. So I don't know if any Rotarian here is familiar with Dr. Manoj at a personal level. I'll give you a chance after this to just do another maybe 1 minute welcome. On my part, I'll just read the CV that we received. Very accomplished Lion, Dr. Manoj Shah of Nairobi, Kenya, has served a 2-year term as a director of the International Association of Lions Clubs at the association's 88th International Convention held in Hong Kong on June 27th to July 2005. Consequently, he has also served as a board appointee in 2011 and 2015, a charter member of the Nairobi Greater Lions Club since 1986. Director Shah has held many offices within the association at club, district, and international levels. Because of his passion for membership development, Director Shah was appointed an impact team and GMT team leader. He had the privilege of serving as the chairperson of the most important membership development committee worldwide in our association. Currently, he's appointed as a constitutional area leader of the Global Action Team for Africa, and is also serving a 3-year term as a trustee of the Lions Club International Foundation. His desire to promote leadership development has seen him serve as faculty on many international Lions leadership institutes and schoolings. In addition, he has participated in many leadership workshops throughout Africa. and Asia. He has also served as an international group leader for the District Governors-elect Seminar several times. He's now a certified LCIP trainer for Lions Clubs International. Director Shah was active in starting the Lions Service Center in Kenya with the Lions Renal Unit, the Lions Dental Center, and the Lions Hearing Center, and has successfully initiated the first LCIF Lions HIV/AIDS Center for Children in Africa. He has also been involved in establishing the first Lions Eye Bank in Africa and is currently serving as the Vice Chairman of the Lions Sight First Eye Hospital in Nairobi. He has been the pioneer and visionary leader instrumental in setting up the first 2 Lions Diabetic Care Centers in Africa. Past Director Dr. Shah has also served as Secretary and Trustee to the Lions Clubs International Foundation and successfully spearheaded the challenge to support the Lions Campaign Sight First 2 program and single-handed raised over $5 million in Africa with over 12 lead gift donors. Manoj has also served as the chairperson of the 36th and 46th ISAME forums. He's currently a member of the Major Lead and Corporate Gifts Committee for Campaign 100 and has recently become a Major Lead gift donor, donating over $100,000 personally. Dr. Manoj Shah is a very well decorated lion and has also been presented with the prestigious Head of State Commendation Award by His Excellency the President of Kenya for his dedicated role and active participation in nation building. He's also a recipient of the highest award of Lions Club International, the Ambassador of Goodwill Award. He has also been conferred with the honorary doctorate in humanities. In addition to his Lion activities, Director Shah is active in numerous professional and community organizations. He's currently the chairman of the MP Shah Hospital, vice chairperson of the Lions Sight First Eye Hospital, chairperson of the Automobile Association of Kenya, Road Safety Council, member of the Prairie Council of St. John's, and an active member of the Visa Oshual community. He previously served as president of the Kenya Motorsports Club and director of the Safari Rally Limited. Director Shah is a successful businessman with interest in the automobile, property, hospitality, and finance sectors. Dr. Manoj Shah is married to Jayana, an equally dedicated Lion member of Lions Club Nairobi Greater. Both Manoj and Jayana are Progressive Melvin Jones Fellows and proud parent of 2 daughters, Priyum and Soyum. Thank you very much and welcome, Dr. Manoj Shah.
Dr. Manoj, I give you Dr. Manoj, fellow Rotarians and Lions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Akwabi. A very, very good afternoon to all of you who are attending this virtual presentation. And I would like to recognize President Gideon Akwabi of Rotary Club of Nairobi. At the same time, recognize all our Rotarian and Lion leaders who are participating in this particular forum together with all the Rotarian members and guests. On the onset, I would like to take this opportunity of thanking your club president, Gideon, for inviting me to your club and share my views on a topic that is very close to my heart, and that is membership satisfaction. In fact, I must compliment the Rotary Club of Nairobi, which has a very long legacy of service, and I must congratulate President Akwabi and the members for the selfless service that you have done over the many years of existence of this club. And I'm sure that hundreds and thousands of needy and less fortunate members have benefited from your good deeds. I do know many of your club members very well, and I have been interacting with them for the past few years, including my very good friend Ritesh, Kalpa, of course, Clinton, whom I've known recently, and many others who are participating in this presentation. At the same time, I must recognize my mentor, a person that I really look upon to, and a person whom I respect the most, Dr. Manubai Chandaria. And thank you, Manubai, for being here with us this afternoon. To all my fellow Lions and Rotarians, just to share with you that the Lions and Rotary have a very formidable partnership in Kenya, and our relationship is very commendable. In fact, the Lions and Rotarians have partnered and collaborated in many projects and activities. And I am a firm believer, being a leader of Lions, that we as Lions or Rotary don't compete, but we complement each other. In fact, when we look at the international themes for both the organizations, they are almost similar. One love, serve to change lives, is similar to what we have in Lions, we serve. And our theme and our international president's theme for this year is serve with your heart. Coming back to the subject matter of today, and that is membership satisfaction. This is such an important subject matter, and it's a subject matter that is very close to my heart. Being a keen Lion leader and a very keen membership man for the Lions organization for over 3 decades, this subject matter is of paramount importance, especially today as we are all evolving into a different era. I just want to start off by sharing a quote with you by Helen Keller. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. And when you look at this quote, it reflects as to what our Rotary and Lions clubs are doing together and can do together for time to come. Looking at the membership challenges, I can only see that between the Rotary and the Lions clubs, we have similar issues that are there between the two organizations. And being an international leader, I've had the opportunity of looking at what is happening with the Rotary International membership. And of course, I've also been following what's happening with the Lions membership worldwide. And what I have noticed, especially in the last 2 decades, is that the membership of both our organizations has been almost stagnant and is moving at a very slow pace. And why is that? There have been so many concentrated efforts being made by our Rotarian and Lion leaders around the world to increase our membership. There have been so many programs that have been put into place internationally and locally, yet when we look at the net membership growth, year after year, the result is almost the same. And why is that happening? Is because every year, talking about Lions clubs, Lions around the world make a sincere and concentrated effort to bring in new members. And every year, we bring in 300,000 members. But surprisingly, what happens at the end of the year is that we drop a similar amount, and that does not give us a very big net growth. At the same time, another challenge that we are facing as the Lions organization, and I'm sure Rotary is no exception, is our aging membership. In fact, today, our average membership age of the Lions movement worldwide is 60 plus. And I'm sure within Rotary, the difference will be very small. Another challenge is that we are finding it increasingly difficult to attract young members to come and join our Lions clubs. And basically, when I look at both these challenges that we are talking about, both our organizations, the Rotary and the Lions, have common reasons why we are not able to increase our membership. And that is our subject matter for today, membership satisfaction. And I am a firm believer that if a member is satisfied in a club, in an organization, he will never think of leaving that particular organization. Looking at why do we lose members, and what I want to talk in the next 20 minutes or so that I am with all of you, I just want to share with you some of my thoughts and research that has been done by the Lions organization and similarly by the Rotary organization, the reasons why we lose members. And that is what I really want to bring to light to many of you who are participating today. And when we look at losing members, three things come to my mind. One is club conflicts. Secondly, a lot of our Lion members and Rotary members do not enjoy the meetings that we organize, whether they are business meetings, social meetings, service meetings, whatever kind of meetings do not meet their expectations. And thirdly, a lot of people get fed up with our Lions clubs, especially because members feel that they are not involved in the club activities. So these are some of the areas that I would like to cover in the next 20 minutes or so that I have with you. Talking about membership satisfaction, it is so important to understand what are the key needs of our members and how do we satisfy them and make sure that they are happy with the club. And it's the same with your family, it's the same with your profession, it's the same with the businesses or anything else that you do. If you have a happy family, your family will stay together. If you are happy in your profession, you are more likely to stay in that profession for a longer period of time. And the same applies to our service clubs organization. I am a firm believer that when we look at the key needs of our members, what we really need to ensure if we want to foster membership satisfaction is that our Lions and Rotary clubs remain healthy and active. You need to consider the experience and expectations of the members belonging to your club. Take an example of yourself personally. If you went to a restaurant and if it did not meet your expectations, would you go back? Would you recommend that restaurant to a friend of yours? And the same applies to Rotary and our Lions clubs. Friends, along with welcoming new members, it is important to engage them in club activities as soon as possible. If your club members feel welcome, comfortable, and involved in community service, they will remain a part of your club. In fact, research that has been conducted on new members with less than 3 years of service, as well as members with longer tenure of service as Lions and Rotarians. And this research has shown that regardless of the length of tenure as a Lion or Rotarian, there are some key needs that most members want to have met to remain a part of a Lions or a Rotary club. And talking about these key needs, the first and foremost is being able to take pride in the service activities of your club. Secondly, being confident that they are making a difference. Thirdly, being kept informed of what is happening in your club. A lot of Lions clubs that I have visited on an ongoing basis, a lot of members that I have met do not know what is happening in the club or what the club goals are. And it is very, very important that this key need of a member should be met. Be able to develop friendships within the club. Lions Club or a Rotary Club should have a family atmosphere and should have an atmosphere where they foster friendship and feel like they have a sense of belonging. As I mentioned earlier, losing members is an issue for many clubs, and that the reason that members leave is often the same. In fact, talking about research that I talked about earlier on, that has been conducted on dropped members and found that there are 3 areas that are most influential on why someone may leave the club. First and foremost, club conflict. This is the #1 reason Lion or Rotarian club members leave their club. Club conflict can look different in different clubs and includes conflict with other members. Too many disagreements, personality clashes, drama, cliques in clubs, too many politics, and not feeling respected by other members of the club. Secondly, when we talk about membership satisfaction and meeting the key needs, feeling like they are not making a difference. If clubs don't match members up with the activities they want to do, or if they feel as though their voice isn't heard, then even if the service is great, your members may not feel as though they made a difference. Thirdly, not having a sense of belonging. If members do not feel like they belong to a Rotary or a Lions club that they are in, I can only share and with a lot of conviction that they will not stay as a member for a very long time. To all our participants this afternoon, it is very important that you form relationships with your members so you understand what each other's expectations may be. What may feel like making a difference to one person may not feel the same to another. Being in relationship is the only way to understand the needs of a member. How can your club provide members expectation, or how can your club meet your membership expectation? So when we talk about meeting members expectation, one of the key things that you must understand when we talk about membership satisfaction is how can your club provide the experience your members are seeking. Keeping your club efficient, productive, and meaningful to your members results in many benefits. A club that is happy and healthy and where members' expectations are met, I can only assure you that this is a club that will be well respected and be a part of your community. This will be a club that has the ability to provide and support both local and global service. This will be the ideal club which will have the ability to offer personal and professional growth opportunities to your members. And this will be a club that will provide enjoyable fellowship. When we talk about meetings, in fact, meetings is one area where membership satisfaction can be fostered at its optimal level. And as I mentioned in my opening slide, meetings are the biggest killers why we lose members in Lions and Rotary Club. When we talk about club meetings, we are not only talking about your business meetings, your board meetings, your subcommittee meetings, your social meetings, your district governors visits. I mean, meetings, we are talking about meetings generally of all our Rotary and Lions clubs. And one of the things that I have seen is that often club conflict can stem from the organization and leadership of club meetings. Club meetings that are well organized will help prevent conflict between members and will provide an opportunity for all members to be involved, as well as keep conflict or disagreement at a meeting to a minimum. In fact, some of the responses that I have had in many of the clubs where members are really not satisfied is, number one, they say that we attend our Lions and Rotary Club meetings. Our meetings are really unproductive. We come here, we talk a lot, but we never come out with a conclusion or a decision. In fact, many of our Lion members have commented about our meetings where they say that, look, this is not my cup of tea. This is really not enjoyable, the way our meetings are conducted. In fact, a few of our Lion members, and in fact, your Rotary Club members must have commented too, that why are our meetings in this day and age, in this new era, why are they hierarchical and formal? What is the need of all these formalities in a meeting? Why can't we keep our meetings simple, enjoyable, and members that can benefit from it? And when we look at it, to all of you, if you want to foster membership satisfaction, you can improve your meetings with some thoughtful planning prior to the meeting. And if your meetings are good, I can only assure you it's the first step towards fostering membership satisfaction. The first question is, why are we meeting? And really, is this the purpose of the meeting, to conduct club business or for social or for public reasons? We must answer this question and only include business that is necessary in the meeting that you have. Do not have reports from inactive committees or report information that is not relevant to the meeting topic. Adjust the style of the meeting to your members. In fact, I've been really surprised. There are many of our members in our Lions clubs that prefer formal presentations, and yet we do have some Lions clubs that like active discussions in their meetings to come to decisions and whatever conclusions they want to make. Another very key important aspect is keep partisan politics and sectarian religion out of club meetings. The second issue is, how long will the meeting last? And I'm sure all of you participating today will agree with me that time is one of the most precious commodities that we have. In the rat race that we have in the big cities of Nairobi and other parts of East Africa, and of course in Egypt, people today have less and less time to commit to social club organizations such as Lions and Rotary. And we must keep this in mind. It's not like what we had 10 years, 20 or 30 years ago, when people had all the time in the world to spend 2, 3, 4 hours at a Rotary or a Lions Club meeting. Today, times have changed, and we as Lions and Rotary Club must also change. How long will the meeting last is a question that must be answered when you're planning your meeting. Do your members enjoy certain customs and traditions? Are there some that may prefer to eliminate? In fact, I just want to share with you what we have started doing at Lions Clubs. We have started eliminating some of the customs that have been there in time and memorial for our meetings for two purposes. One is to save on time, and secondly, many of these customs and traditions are not relevant to what we do today. And things like head table, things that we have in the program, there are many that we can eliminate, and we can use our time more productively and more effectively to address club business, or also to increase and have more social time. Set a realistic time schedule for the meeting and build in some additional time to address unanticipated issues. Many a time I've attended many meetings, including district meetings, cabinet meetings, and when we are running out of time, all the important matters are left out, and we keep on arguing the same point over and over again, wasting everybody's time. The third issue, which is a very, very important issue, especially today, is when are we meeting? And when we talk about membership satisfaction, this is a critical part of your meeting. You must consider your member and to keep him satisfied as to what day and time might be convenient and maybe the best to have maximum attendance. Also, your location for the meeting. Where are you going to meet, right? And a different place could also bring a different perspective. Even a different room arrangement can have a long-lasting effect as far as your meeting is concerned. So sometimes, whenever you're thinking about arranging your meeting, think outside the box as far as the venue of your meeting is concerned, and also how do you want your room arrangement. And by making small changes when your members attend your meetings, I can only promise you this fosters and goes a long way in providing membership satisfaction. Now that we are in this COVID area, is there an option for club members to participate remotely? How can we have hybrid meetings for members who cannot attend meetings physically? How can we format our meetings to increase and maximize participation? I mean, these are the opportunities that COVID has taught us, and we have them on our fingertips to maximize participation and attendance of our clubs. At the end of the meeting, one of the questions that we must ask ourselves, and this is directly related to membership satisfaction, what do we want to accomplish by the end of the meeting? What is it that we want to accomplish by the end of the meeting? This is such an important aspect because members want to leave satisfied once the meeting is finished, so that when they go back home, they can reflect that they went to a successful meeting. An important purpose of a meeting is also fellowship and social time. Ensure that all members feel welcome and that they are not excluded from discussion. When we talk about social meetings, what I have seen today is that when we have our banquets, when we have our dinner meetings, when we have our social meetings, what people really want today is a very short formal program and a maximum time to interact, network, and meet with the rest of the members of your club. What they really don't want in a 2-hour social meeting is that you take 1 hour or 1.5 hours in all the speeches and formalities and leave very little time for them to have dinner and meet, socialize, have a drink, and network with others. How can we improve our social meetings so we can meet our members' expectations and increase membership satisfaction. Another aspect when we talk about membership satisfaction, and this is something I talked about earlier on, when your members feel like they are not making a difference, it may stem from a few different areas that need to be addressed. Remember that the common bond that your members have is that they are interested in service. And that is why they join a Rotary or a Lions Club and not for any other reason. And that's the decision that they make versus another social organization or some of the common reasons members may feel as though they aren't making a difference is okay, please mute your mic, Rizwana. So talking about membership satisfaction, a lot of members feel or may feel that there are not enough opportunities to serve the community. If your club does not provide a variety of options that appeal to your members, then they may feel like they are not making a difference. When planning your service activities and your social events, you may want to ask your members to get involved. Remember also to ask for their input. If your members have other obligations, such as family obligations, job obligations, or other hobbies, do your activities fit within their schedules? It is very, very important. It is not important for the club president to come and say that on this and this day, at this and this time, we are having this activity or social gathering. It's always good to take everybody's views and plan it. In that way, you will be fostering membership satisfaction. Another very important aspect when we talk about membership satisfaction and not making a difference, when people feel that they're not making a difference, the member feels the club did not have the types of activities that interested me. All our 5 fingers are not the same. Members' expectations are not the same. One activity may appeal to me more than it would appeal to another member of your club. Even if your club has had a highly impactful service activities planned and they are offered during the time that allows everybody to participate, if this is the case that you are serving does not connect with a member's personal interest, they may feel that they are not making a difference and hence they are not satisfied. One of the other reasons when we talk about membership satisfaction is how does the member feel whenever he's given a task? The task I was assigned didn't match my interest or skills. And this is a common phrase a lot of people may not tell you, but feel internally. Sometimes, even if the service activity aligns with your members' interest, the task you are asking them to do may not be. Have you asked your members how they would like to serve? And just to share a common example is having someone whose profession is an accountant to serve as a club's treasurer. And many a time I've seen in our Lions clubs that whenever they have a member whose profession is being an accountant or in the financial field, very often the club puts him or her as the club treasurer. While this may be okay for some, it should not be assumed for everybody. Some people join our Lions and Rotary clubs to explore other opportunities that are different from what they do professionally. So this is a very, very important takeaway from today's meeting when we are talking about when people don't have a sense of belonging. Often when people feel that they don't have a sense of belonging, it may be an issue with the culture of the Lions or the Rotary Club. The goal is to get your new members involved and feel like they have a voice while keeping your current members excited about what your club is doing. I've seen this many a time of how to keep that balance, to keep our old members excited and happy, and also the new members that we bring in. How do we tie them both up and align them so both of them have the same feeling of being welcome? Some of the reasons that I have seen that may create the feeling of not being welcome or not belonging to that particular group or club. First and foremost, many new members, whenever they enter an existing Lions Club, and especially a Lions Club that is as old as my own club, which is old as 40 years, Rotary Club of Nairobi since 1930, and many of the other clubs, they get a sense of feeling that this club feels too political. And many of the young members feel that this club feels too old-fashioned and stoogey. And just to share with you an example of my own daughter, who has been a very, very keen Leo in her young days. And when I invited her to join my Lions Club, because she had a very keen interest, she came into our Lions Club, and from the second month onwards, she told me, "Dad, this is not my cup of tea, because really there is no way I can gel with your club. Your club, the way it conducts its meetings, is really old-fashioned and does not resonate with me." And this is so true, especially with young members. And luckily, she formed her own Lions Clubs of young members. Another area is that the leadership in my club has changed, and I did not like the changes. So whenever people have a sense of belonging, they really do not like many major changes in a Lions Club. And this comes to when the club is too hierarchical and formal. Whenever a club sticks to its gun, it's my way or the highway, a lot of people do not have a sense of belonging because they don't have a say. Another area which leads to members' dissatisfaction, and especially to new members, there were not enough opportunities to socialize. And believe me or not, a big part of our Lions and Rotary clubs meetings and members is that members want the opportunity to socialize, network, and meet others. And if these opportunities are not there, I can only assure you that members, if they are not satisfied, they will leave your club. And I'm so happy in these times of COVID, when our clubs do not have an opportunity to meet virtually, a lot of clubs physically, a lot of clubs are meeting virtually and keeping the flame of socializing alive. Another critical area why our members sometimes feel that they don't have a sense of belonging is they feel that, look, I have been with this club for such a long time, and why am I not being appreciated and sidelined? Now, this may be the case or may not be the case, but in my personal opinion, being volunteers, being a part of the service club organization, this is an important aspect where every member, irregardless of what he or she does, must be felt appreciated to be a member of that club. Another area is I did not connect with other members of my club. And this is so true, especially with new members and young members who come and enter and who come and be members of your club, and somehow they do not connect or resonate with members of your club. And of course, as I mentioned earlier on, everybody wants to feel that his voice is heard in a Lions Club. And when a member's voice is not heard in a Lions or a Rotary Club, this really gives them a sense of false belonging to their club. These are some of the areas that I'm highlighting to you. And the reason why I'm doing this is that sometimes our clubs, we need to change, especially today, if we really want to foster membership satisfaction and keep our members intact in our Lions and Rotary Club. How do we make every member feel that they contribute and their contributions are extremely important? And these are some tips that I would like to leave with you as I almost conclude this presentation. To make a member feel, most critically, you must respond, or the club president or the club excom officers, whenever somebody makes a suggestion, take it positively. Everybody has a right to say something in a club or to make a suggestion. And the worst thing that you can do is to kill or bury the member's suggestion. Even if you don't implement, but just by responding and listening to the member's suggestion, will feel that as if that member has contributed. Secondly, create opportunities for all your members. I have seen a lot of clubs in Lions, and I'm sure there must be a few in Rotary Club also, that the clubs, they've been there for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and there's only a group of those few people who are running the club, and the rest are all passengers in the bus. And that should be reversed, where we should create opportunities for more members to participate in all the club deliberations. Another very important tip that I would like to leave with you is to encourage new members to explore multiple opportunities within the club. This is so important. Also, what we must do is a very critical factor. What we must do. Every club has a to-do list and has a list which we must do on a continuous basis. Conducting a review of your club activities is a very good idea, and on an ongoing basis, ask your members, these are the club activities that we are doing. Are you happy with them? Do you think we could do anything better? Do you think that we could cut down on some of these activities? Do you want to do these activities in a different way? And believe me or not, by just conducting a review and getting a feedback from your club members, the amount of knowledge and changes that you can make is phenomenal. And by doing this, you will make members feel that their contributions are important. Lastly, members' evaluation of existing ideas and any new ideas for improvement. Like we say in the corporate world, the best ideas come from the floor, come from the sweeper, only if he's given an opportunity to share his ideas for the corporate organization. And keeping this philosophy in mind, how can we implement this in our Lions clubs and Rotary clubs? And this will really contribute towards a sense of belonging and make every member feel that they are a part of the Lions and Rotary Club. In Lions clubs, to foster membership satisfaction, we also have some tools and resources that are available. And I'm sure with the Rotary Club organizations, many tools may be available. But what is important with all these resources and tools that are available at Rotary International and Lions International are two key things. Number one, to make the clubs and the club members aware that these are the resources that are available to you to help you foster your membership satisfaction. And secondly, to implement some of these resources and tools that are available. These are really very, very critical. And what I have seen, especially in Lions clubs, that they are only 20% of the Lions Club, especially in the areas that I work with, who are aware of these resources and tools, or who actually use them in their Lions clubs to foster membership satisfaction. We have beautiful tools in our Lions clubs. We have the Club Quality Initiative that is really a great tool that can help with membership satisfaction. Of course, the Rotary Club must be having the new members orientation and former members orientation, that whenever we take in a new member, we must carry out an orientation to meet his expectation. Membership satisfaction action plan, and we also have a toolkit, have a healthy club. We have various other programs, branch club program, of course, the fees waiver, family membership program, and most important of all, storytelling. So these are some of the tools and strategies that are available for each of our Lions and Rotary, and I'm sure in Rotary clubs, to help us with membership satisfaction and also to increase our membership in our existing clubs. Just to, before I conclude, I want to share this quote from Mother Teresa. None of us, including me, ever do great things, but we can all do small things with great love, and together we can do something wonderful. So, Chairman Akwabi, and to all the participants, Lions and Rotarians, once again, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I've taken a couple of minutes more than what I had anticipated, but I hope that my presentation this afternoon will be beneficial to each and every one of you as you go back to your respective clubs to understand why is it important to keep a member satisfied and happy in your Lions or Rotary Club. Thank you all very much for your patient listening. God bless you, and back to you, Club President Akwabi.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you very much, Dr. Manoj Shah. By the time you keep 50 people engaged quietly listening to you, you must be doing something right. Personally, I think occasionally I felt like you're talking about me and the things I've not done. So I'll take cue. Please share your presentation so that we can revise and make our club greater. Now, I want to take this opportunity to invite anyone with a question. And what I'll do, Dr. Manoj, is ask you to take a piece of paper and pen so that we can take all the questions at one time, and then you address them at any given, I mean, at in one presentation. Now, please, on my part, I'd want to say don't apologize for taking too long. Personally, I think you've taken too short a time because we're trying to build our clubs, membership, and without club membership, there are no clubs. So there are times we are put in a theater and you find that your procedure takes a whole day. So I wish we had a whole day so that you can deliver these very important messages. Now, I take this opportunity to invite all of you to present your questions. I've asked Pipidasi probably to look at your inbox and reply to me. I send you a direct message. So let's invite those that have comments, questions to PID Manoj to proceed. Questions, suggestions, comments?
Mr. Manoj, My name is Salim Fazal. First of all, I thank you for your great presentation. We have had a lot of association with your club, especially when we were doing our camps. You were a great help, and we did 2 camps in Garissa with the help of Lions. My question is, we in Rotary are trying to get corporate members, corporate organizations to join the club. I don't know how far you are successful in doing that on the Lions side.
Thank you very much, Salim Fazal. And first and foremost, I must thank you and your club.
Manoj, Dr. Manoj, just hold on. Just note that question down. We take a few more, and then you'll respond. Next.
President Gideon,
Go ahead.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kamal Bhai.
Past International District Governor and Past International Director, Manoj Bhai, great listening to you. Sorry, I logged in halfway because I was doing a funeral. But it's great to hear you. Mr. President, just for your information, Lion Manoj has seen me or acquainted with our family since I was in my nappies. So
Wow.
that's, and he's a great mentor for me. And he's been a great supporter during my year. And it's nice to see him. And I request you that we forge a good unity and partnership with the Lions. And let's do a good project for so that other clubs can evaluate Rotary Club of Nairobi and do other projects with other Lion clubs in not in Kenya, but in other districts and other countries where Lions is involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamal Bhai. Probably past President Kamal Bhai. Probably I would say this. We are already in partnership with Lions Huru at the Kenya Society for the Blind. I'm in touch with President Solanki, and yes, you will see a lot of that happening fairly soon. Margareta, your question, please.
Yes, thank you very much, President Gideon. I just wanted to thank Dr. Shah for his amazing leadership and service. A wonderful presentation today, but what I was also impressed with was the introduction given, and for us to hear about the selfless service. We have a small motto, service above self, and I think you have been a tremendous giver to your Lions Club and to Kenya as well. And I just wanted to thank you so much for taking the kind of initiative you have as a leader. And obviously, you are an example for all of us. So you're most welcome, and we're so grateful you came today.
Thank you. Anybody else? I think then we will give the floor to Dr. Manoj. I'll probably just make one request, public request, Mike Eldon. I'd ask Irinos to arrange for somebody to respond on our behalf with a vote of thanks. So be on standby because she has not given me the name of who's to give a vote of thanks. So Mike, sorry to ambush you, but you always don't disappoint. Dr. Manoj, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, President Akwabi. And of course, I must thank my very good friend Salim Fazal. We have been working with him for the last couple of years to do camps, mosquito nets, and many other programs together. And we will continue to partner with you. And for sure, we will support all other Rotary initiatives. Talking about corporate clubs, this is a very good opportunity for both Lions and Rotary. At Lions Clubs, we also have a program for how do we build corporate clubs. And there is an opportunity here in Kenya for us, also in East Africa, and also in the vast region of Africa. To be very honest, we have succeeded in Ethiopia, where we have 5 corporate clubs that have been running for the last 6 years. However, in Kenya, we have not been very successful with corporate clubs. We can form them, but the only challenge with the Kenyan corporate clubs is sustainability. Because the moment people move out of that corporate or something else happens within that corporate organization, we lose those members. So there is an opportunity. At the same time, there is a challenge. So we must weigh the opportunity versus the challenge, but certainly corporate clubs is a way to go. Talking about my very good friend Kamal, I've known him for many, many years, his father also. I must thank you, Kamal, for all what you do for your community, for being an ex-president of the Rotary Club. And I can only vividly remember that when Lions set up the first iBank in East and Central Africa, it was Kamal who actually supported us and offered to partner with us, with the Rotary Club, to set up this iBank, which is the first of its kind in the whole world. So thank you, Kamal, for what you do, and keep up the great job in Rotary and also in the community and other organizations that you work with. I must also thank Irina. She really painted a beautiful picture of me and made a great introduction. But like Margarita says, service above self. As Rotarians, as Lions, what Margarita has said is of absolute importance for each and every one of us. What we write, what people speak about us, what we do, at the end of the day, both our organizations is all fostered around service above self. So thank you, Margarita, for those lovely words. With that, back to you, President Akwabi, to conclude this meeting.
Yeah, thank you very much, Manoj. Actually, when you mentioned Kamal, I think he had started a program that unfortunately we abandoned along the way about cornea transplant. Kamal, I remember that. And yes, I think it's time to put that together. Now, very quickly, I'm just reliably being told that past President Ritesh will respond on our behalf. Sorry, Mike, I was not briefed as by the time I was. Thanks. I can see past President Prakulbai, and the pose you have is like he wants to say something. Can I allow you to?
Yes, of course. Can you hear me?
Very well, sir.
Well, PDG Manoj, it is a pleasure to have you back. I remember in 2002, 2003, I had invited the senior Lions to attend a meeting at our club in Grand Regency, and we had Dr. S.P. Amin, Duncan Degwa, and a few of your senior members coming in. And it was a privilege. That is the time when we started cooperating with Lions, because both of us, Lions and Rotary, are service clubs. We believe in community service. We agreed on projects that what Lions was good at, Lions would continue with that, such as eye camps, eye hospital, while Rotary was good at polio eradication. We agreed to cooperate with each other, and we did an excellent job together. At the same time, in my year, we had the privilege of having Lion International President in Nairobi, and also the Rotary International President in Nairobi. So we met both of them together in Nairobi, otherwise they would have not met anywhere else in the world. Agreement with Lions was simple. We do not compete with each other, we cooperate with each other. The reason being, the funds are not sufficient to do all the projects we want. And the best way of doing it is doing it jointly and in a manner which each party is good at. As I mentioned earlier, Lions are excellent in their high projects. There's no doubt about it. While Rotary is very good in other types of projects, such as vaccinations. But cooperation for the younger members of our club as well, that we have cooperated with each other in the past, and it has always been a respect and privilege to meet each other. Thank you, Manoj, for coming, and it is undoubtedly good to see you again.
Thank you very much, Bhai, for sharing those wonderful memories. And they've really come to my life what we did earlier on in 2003, 2004, and 2005. Thank you. Back to you, President Akwabi.
Actually, PID Manoj, when you mentioned SP Amin Daktari,
yes,
and Dan Kandegwa, I think those are people who put on the line. Is Samson Degwa, yes, of I think he was a chair of this friend. Yes. Those are people who put on the lion badge proudly and unashamedly, and we are proud of their service. Thank you, Praful, for reminding us that. Now, I will just allow one more question, one more intervention, and then we get to summarize and finish the meeting. Why I'm saying one more, and I can say two, because I've not had any lion ask or comment. So I'll give this opportunity to a lion or two members of our lion community, just to throw in a word of encouragement, of question.
Thank you.
Any from every. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Thank you, Rotarian President Akwabi. I'm a lion in Jinja, calling from Jinja, Uganda. I attended seriously this, and I found that Dr. Manoj, it looks like he has visited most of our clubs. He pointed out
Sure.
has done enough research, and
Sure.
I think to carry on this, to encourage my club, especially now that I'm the district cabinet minister of district Uganda 411A, 411B. I'm in charge of priority clubs. So this has been very helpful to me as I move out to help those limping clubs. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. One more lion.
Pape or Glorious, anyone wants to speak? Or Dr. Salim? Yeah, Pape, you can speak, and then Dr. Ahmed Salim can conclude from Egypt.
Yes, thank you very much,
Yes.
Director. Thank you very much. That is, in fact, a very enlightening presentation. I would like to congratulate you. And I can see that there must be problems that both Lions and Rotary face together. And it's good to share ideas like this, because both Rotary and Lions are not in competition. We are here to do good in the community. And I'm so pleased that the Rotarians have invited the Lions to join in this particular meeting. And I'm sure that we will foster and do more together. But thank you very much. It was a great presentation.
Thank you. Dr. Salim?
Yes. Thank you, President Akwabi. We in Lions, we are very proud to have Dr. Manoj as our leader in Africa. And in the near future, inshallah, he will be the president of Lions Clubs International. I'm very proud, inshallah. I'm very happy with this meeting, because Rotary and Lions are the same in the same way and the same concepts, and I hope that we will enlarge our cooperation between the Lions and Rotary. Thank you, Dr. Manoj. Thank you, President Akwabi, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, without wasting time, let me yield the floor to our immediate past president, Ritesh Barrow, to respond on behalf of the Rotary Club of Nairobi on what Dr. Manoj has shared. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Gideon, and past International Director, Dr. Manoj. Can I begin by saying you are one in a million?
Thank you.
Sure.
And the reason I'm going to come back to that at the end of this short vote of thanks, because we'd like to know more about that particular title. You gave us a wonderful, engaging, and enlightening talk on membership satisfaction. And I guarantee you, on behalf of all the Rotarians and guests, that it has been a most satisfying meeting. So thank you so much for that. And, I want to share with you something personal as well. I joined Rotary a couple of years ago and immediately was aware of a partnership which we had with Lions for some cataract surgeries. And that's when it immediately hit home in my mind that it does not matter which organization one prefers to join. At the end of the day, it's just a huge honor to be among such humanitarians, because we are working together hand in hand for the betterment of our greater communities and for humanity. But I want to highlight for Lions, what really impresses me most is your outreach for not only vision and eye care, but also diabetes.
Yes.
And I've been following very keenly on the fact that we have different avenues of service between the different organizations. And together we are serving almost every problem which is coming up. So we all have very specific roles to play, and yet in synergy, we are doing so much together. I like the fact you mentioned about the membership and the problems which our organizations are facing, which are very similar to each other. And yes, we do need to create opportunities to enable newer Rotarians and Lions to join the organizations. We also do need to engage them and have greater participation. But in all this, as I would not wish to repeat the slides, they were brilliantly presented. But the reality is, as leaders of the clubs and as club members, we must always have a sense of emotional intelligence when we are approaching each other. The only reason members would like to stay in a club is when they feel they are part of the family, they feel respected, they feel valued, they probably feel wanted and loved. And that's what will actually enable them or work as a catalyst for them to offer the best of their capabilities, whether it's their vocational service, whether it is in regards to their finances. So with that, I would also like to share that similar to how you said, you have various tools available in Lions where individuals can learn. Rotary International has put up some wonderful tools on the Rotary platform as well on the website. And all new members are encouraged to carry out those virtual tutorials. So any aspect of the organization one wants to learn, whether it's directorial positions, whether it is about engagement, outreach, how to apply for projects, how to carry out projects, needs assessments, they've carried out some wonderful tutorials online. And hundreds of videos and interactive uploads enable us to learn from that. So I'd like to also encourage the Rotarians who are present here to kindly visit the Rotary website. And I'm sure the Lions website must be having similar tools, because it's always in synergy. I'm sure there are best practices which are being passed between both organizations. And in conclusion, I'd like to say thank you so much for not only being a wonderful Lion, but you're an incredible humanitarian. And Shubrika mentioned right at the beginning of the meeting how much you're doing in terms of not only community, but a huge outreach across East Africa. I would like to also thank all the guests who you have brought with you today, the honorable guests to this wonderful session. And we are most honored. Would you please allow me to ask a final question? So I'll be ending with a question. You are 1 in a billion. Why did you mention 1 in a million?
Thank you very much, Ritesh, for those wonderful words. And just before I respond to that, I just want to respond to you that you and me and some of us may know that we have these resources that are available. But as I mentioned in my presentation, what is important is how do we communicate this to our members? and how do our members access and use those resources. So I just want to leave it as that. But coming back to 1 in a million for our club president and many of you who are present here, I just recently launched my biography a couple of weeks ago, which was entitled 1 in a Billion, which is about my younger days, my family life and how I kept my family of 30 members together, my business acumen and how I became a successful businessman. And a lot of it is also focused on the philanthropic work that I've done over the last 3 decades. And what I would like to do, Ritesh, is I don't know whether I'm worthy of being 1 in a billion, but at this point in time, the judge and jury are many of you here. And I would like to give your president or yourself a couple of books, maybe 20 books or as many as you want. And maybe you can distribute it to some of your members and some of the leaders in the Rotary organization. And then you can be the judge and jury of them. So I'll liaise with Ritesh or Kamal offline and make sure that I deliver them to you, and then you can distribute them out. So thank you, and back to you, President Akwabi.
Thank you. I count myself blessed, Dr. Manoj, that our paths crossed. This is not going to be the end. I can tell from your presentation that you researched and prepared, and I think it has resonated very well. It is not for me to keep everybody here, so I will bring the meeting to an end by giving the final toast. I'll read the attendance list in our WhatsApp groups. I want to give the final toast. So if you have a glass, please charge your glass. If you have no glass, just put your right hand onto your chest where the heart is. And I would want to say this together with the Rotary Clubs of Nairobi South, Karatina, Manchester, UK Breakfast, Lions Club presented here. I give you Rotary and Lions International.
To
Bless
Rotary
you.
and Lions International.
Thank you. Thank you. So God bless you. Those that are willing to leave, please, you're free now. The formal parties are off. Those that still want to engage Manoj, we shall be here and feel free. Thank you for another lesson now, 15 minutes. If you want to hang in there. So thank you very much. God bless. Those that want to leave are free to leave. Those that have questions, please go ahead. Ngengi, Catherine Ngengi, past president, can you say something? And then I'll give President Lily, my classmate. And Mike, of course, we've not. Yes, we can, Madam President.
It was wonderful participating in the talk, and I'm very grateful to have been part of this. I'm so happy I didn't miss it. I was running to see it. I missed a little bit of the very, very beginning, but I got quite a lot from the main speaker, and that was wonderful. The work that Lions do and the work that Rotarians do, we are very much alike and we can work together. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Catherine Ngengi is the past president of the Rotary Club of Nairobi South. My classmate, President Lily Mbogo, Lily of...
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Madam President.
Yes, thank you very much, President Akwabi. You see why I hang out with you, because you bring these great lions. I thought you're great. I can see even greater people, but it's really, really nice for this collaboration. And I'm glad I joined. And I thank you, President, for just letting me in on what you guys do. And I'm just a follower, and I know my club will do things just following what great people have done. Thank you.
Thank you, President, classmate Lily. Now, very quickly, I'll give that to Mike Eldon, I'll give to Mike Hopkins. Mike Hopkins, I'll give our chaplain very quickly.
Gideon, I'm still going to charge you my usual fee for declaring the vote of thanks, even if I wasn't called upon to give it. But it would have been easy to give because there was much to be thankful for, not least that it gave us food for thought, and to my mind, the assurance that in this club we're doing a lot that's working well. So don't beat yourself up too much.
Okay. Sorry, I think my microphone is muted. Okay. Mike Hopkins, Prof.
Thank you very much for inviting me. And a pretty interesting talk, I must say. You know, every day I get letters and emails from people asking me, how do I start a project? It'd be very interesting to ask Dr. Manoj what he thinks about that. One, for example, just came through as you were talking, which somebody has 170,000 shillings and wants to start importing products from the coast into the center of Kenya. I mean, what sort of advice do you give to somebody like that? I get asked this all the time, and I'm pretty clueless on what to do. I'm sorry to raise such a tough issue right at the end, but I'd be pretty interested in your comments on that. I can go further if you like, but I won't take any more time. Thank you very much anyway, and congratulations on a very clear and well thought out talk. Bye-bye.
Dr. Manoj, you'll just slow down and then you'll speak last. Chaplain Professor Jared, are you in a position to comment? Or okay. If not, let me sorry, if not, let me Professor Jared, are you? If not, let me then just ask Dr. Barbara Magoha to say something, and then we conclude with the last comment from Dr. Manoj.
Hello.
Okay, in the absence, yeah, go ahead, Dr.
Yes, it was a nice talk. And we always hear about these things whenever we go to the RI conventions. And yes, it's true. A lot of those things we are guilty of. And I believe we repeated sayings that would make us to improve, the younger ones to adopt and accept the older ones, and vice versa. Rotary and Lions, they're all movements, and each of them is to help the others succeed in life. The younger ones, the older ones hold the hands of the younger ones, and as they grow in the profession, roles change, and the younger ones lead the older ones, and that's how we are able to survive as a community and as humanity. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you. Manoj, your thoughts, Dr. Manoj, your thoughts on Professor Hopkins?
Thank you very much, Professor Hopkins, for that very good question. In fact, you are very, very lucky and blessed that you have people coming to you, knocking on your doors and saying that, look, I've got money. What is it that I can do to help the needy and the less fortunate? Many of us are in a position where we go out and approach people with a project or an activity and ask them to support our project or activity. But coming back to your question, whenever somebody comes to you with an offer that, look, I would like to give back to the society and my budget is so much. For you, it is to do a needs assessment in your community for a certain particular project where you feel the money will be utilized to the optimum and to the expectations of the donor. One of the things that I have seen in my philanthropic career is that we must meet the expectation of the donor, especially if he's coming to you rather than you going to him. And at the same time, if you meet his expectation, there's an overwhelming chance that he'll keep on supporting you all the time. So two key things, Professor Hopkins. Number one, find out what his expectations are. Number two, needs assessment. And number three, execution. With that, President Akwabi, and to everybody else, thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Lions and Rotary will certainly continue to collaborate and partner in Kenya and around Africa and around the world. And of course, we'll have many more moments like this where both the groups can get together. So wish you all a lovely afternoon and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, and goodbye. Thank you and goodbye, everyone. God bless you. Thank you.
Maybe I didn't.